All right, guys. New updates. So the mold has come out pretty well, but there was an issue, and this issue is it was an oversight thing. Basically, what happened is turns out my groove was ever so slightly not fitting with the tongue. So I don't have the support on the bottom for this particular part, and I figured out exactly what happened. What happened is basically when you go into the side view of it, it turns out that when you connect them together, this is something that neither the mold company, nor I caught. But basically, when I added the fillets, that is the rounded edges to the tongue, what happened was that it actually added a little bit of girth to the tongue, and I ended up with a difference in size. So this difference right here, 12 ten-thousandths of an inch. That's all you have to be off. So in the words of Thomas Edison, we figured out one more way to not do it. For our particular tests, we don't have the tongue and groove to be able to support it. What I'm going to have to do is test it using clamps to hold it together, which is fine, because I know how to fix this problem and it's not a big deal. I will have to probably print out one more mold before I order them, the injection mold. But at this point, everything else in it is working just fine. And when we unbox the heatsink right now, this thing should fit in there perfect. This is what $600 of machine milling looks like. Oh, and it is beautiful. Wow, the way it reflects the light. It's got the perfect shape, the perfect angle to match the top of the frickin'. It's going to make these balls perfect. That is your frickin' 6860 aluminum. It would have cost me $1,600 to make this if I didn't find this company. I had it made for about $750. So the moment of truth. Let's see if it fits. And it fits. It fits perfectly. That is what perfection looks like, ladies and gentlemen. Keep in mind, guys, that I haven't made the rubber stopper that's going to fit around yet. All we're worried about is the heat transfer of this heat sink, the high surface area to weight ratio of the heat sink versus the low surface area to weight ratio of the cavities to make our perfect ice cubes that are round. So what comes next is the testing. Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to find out if this was worth it. So am I. Keep them fingers crossed. Alright, this is the moment of truth. This is where we're going to find out if this thing works or not. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We're about to find out. This is my lovely assistant and niece.
Say hi.
Hi.
Here goes. It did not leak as I thought it might. That is a good thing. I had to put a little bit of sealant on it just to make sure that that it didn't leak. It looks like the ice has expanded a little bit. It's pushed the heat sink up. I hope that's not going to be an issue. Let's see how this bad boy worked out. Okay. Nice and smooth. And here it is.
Why do you like to?
Please work.
It worked.
It made them. It made them. And they do appear to be clearer on the top. I might have to let it melt just a little bit more before I can get them out.
Maybe lick them?
There we go. Here we go. It does appear to be clearer. It looks like the cloudiness has started on the bottom. And I think I know why that happened. Because it was freezing from the top down. And as it got closer, it met up with the water that was freezing on the bottom that came up. And it started building pressure down at the bottom.
Yay, I'm drinking.
I can tell that this is a lot more stable ice cube than than your typical one, your typical cloudy one. The best way to test it is to pour some water over it, see if it cracks. And it didn't crack. Okay. So, as you can see, it's clearer, but it's not crystal clear. So I would say that this is a partial success. It's not a complete success. What's happening is the ice on the top is freezing crystal clear, but when it meets the ice on the bottom, it's starting to build up pressure down on the bottom there. And our bottom ones are cloudy. So I am thinking what my next solution to do is to build a chamber down here that will accept the water so that as it freezes downward, it doesn't run into a spot that will build up pressure. It'll freeze from top to the bottom and the pressure will build up in the chamber underneath, and you'll end up with cloudy ice underneath, and you'll have some nice crystal clear balls on top. But as you can see, it was working. All right, this is attempt number 3. This time we tried something a little different. I boiled the water before I put it in there, and I put it into the mold boiling. The theory is that the water will shrink and then re-expand, so it'll fit in the mold a little bit better, and hopefully it's going to come out with a little bit clearer crystals. So here we go, attempt number 3. You can see now that one of the things that makes it different from the previous versions is that the heatsink is a lot more secure in there. Before, the last 2 times, when I took it out, the heatsink was kind of pushed out by the expansion of the ice. So that's a good sign that the boiling helped. The boiling basically accounted for the expansion of the ice. So hopefully this is going to come out a little bit clearer. Let's take it off and see what happens.
Let's try it off.
Looking good. Wow. Whoa.
Looks good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we got to take it out. I can definitely see through them. Okay.
Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Much clearer from this angle.
Yep.
And from this angle. There's a little bit of cloudiness inside.
Oh my God, you can see right through it.
But it does look a little bit.
That's all
It
right.
looks a lot more stable. Let's pour some water on it.
Huh? You get away from the window. Get over here. Get over here. This way. There.
No cracking. It's definitely
Perfectly
more
round.
stable.
Yep.
It's
Looks
a lot
good.
less. It's a lot more clear, but it's not perfectly clear.
That's
It's not flawless.
Yeah.
But we've gotten closer. We've gotten a lot closer.
Oh, a lot
So,
closer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one thing we know that works is a little bit of
Yeah. Look how good this looks.
yeah. They
Look,
look
come
pretty.
here. Isn't that nice?
Mm-hmm.
There you
I was hoping this was going to be the solution. We've made a step towards it, but still need some more testing. The mold itself, on the other hand, this particular mold can go into production after one more iteration. But I'm going to have to make an entirely different mold if I want to make crystal clear balls. So, thanks everyone that helped make this happen. I'm planning on ordering another mold here in the next few days. Once I have the money, I still have some money left over from from the project. I'm going to definitely try to put the mold into production to make the ice balls. It's going to take a little bit of time to develop ones that make perfect, crystal clear ones. But thank you so much, everybody that's helped with this project. And stay tuned. I'll keep you informed.